Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to Mystical Munchies featuring the Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook. The pizza spring rolls were really good last week, so now we're on to the entree, baked lobster macaroni and cheese. First up, let's tell the story. Macaroni and cheese is a favorite American comfort food, and why wouldn't it be? The sticky pasta coated in ooey gooey cheeses hits the spot every time. This dish includes lobster, but if that isn't your thing, feel free to change it up, and we're going to. Consider trying the following add-ins: shrimp, chicken, red beans, or crab meat. 8 Spoon Cafe, where the original baked lobster macaroni and cheese recipe was sold, often changes its own macaroni and cheese lineup, so stop by and see what they are serving during your next visit. Well, as I mentioned, we are going to be making a change to this recipe. The ingredients, though, are waiting for us at the table, so let's move in that direction. In order to make this recipe, we're going to need 3 tablespoons. It's actually hidden, so I'm going to move one of the ingredients. We need 3 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter, a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of whole milk. I'm, of course, using skim. 4 cups shredded sharp white cheddar cheese divided. I'm going to use regular orange cheddar cheese. A teaspoon each of salt, garlic powder, black pepper, and onion powder. 8 ounces of dry elbow macaroni, cooked according to the package instructions, which I've already cooked. And the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of shredded pre-cooked lobster meat. Here's where the change is coming in, though, because you can see I'm using shrimp instead. You may hear the oven chirping as we're preheating the broiler on high. We'll be greasing the bottom and sides of a 9x13 baking pan. Or you can grease 6 oven-safe ramekins with nonstick spray, but I'll grease that when I'm a little more ready for it. Anyway, let's move into the kitchen and start putting this recipe together. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set a medium saucepan over, we're going to set a saucepan over medium heat. Then we're going to add the 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And the butter, which I've gone ahead and melted, the salted butter. And then we're going to whisk that together for 2 minutes. I was going to say, there's a huge clump of it in my whisk that doesn't want to come out. So now what we're going to do is I'll come back to the whisk on that, but now I want to start I've got a microwave safe bowl that I'm going to prepare off shot. Because that's where I'm going to put the milk in, so I can microwave that for 2 minutes. Okay. Hopefully this bowl should be big enough. Yep, plenty big enough. All right, so that can go in for 2 minutes. The milk can, actually, let me keep whisking that for a little bit. even though it's basically solid at this point. So at this point, we're just waiting for the milk to come out. Okay, there's the whisking together timer that's gone off. So now we're just waiting for the milk to come out of the oven, because we're going to be, as you can probably guess, we're going to be sticking the milk, we're going to be mixing the milk right in with the flour mixture for another 2 minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of breaking up on the pasta here, but because I think when we get to one of the next steps of the recipe, it's going to make more sense to add everything directly into the macaroni. So I want to make sure that is as broken up as I can get it. In the meantime, I'm going to get a pot holder ready. I'm just keeping an eye on the milk as it's getting ready to come out of the oven. Or not the oven, the microwave. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the microwave beeping. That's just going to be the way it's going to be. So now we'll add the milk. Whoa. Okay, we'll add the milk to the butter mixture, and we'll whisk that together for another 2 minutes. Normally I wouldn't bore you guys with this part of Mystical Munchies, but given that everything's moving so quickly and in 2-minute increments, we are just going to go ahead and do this in real time. And it's kind of hurting my arm, but thankfully we only have about 30 seconds left before we're done with the whisking. And now with all of that being done, I'm going to take it off the burner, turn off the heat, and then we're going to move over to the counter. We're going to do this next part slightly out of order, but we're going to end up at the same place when it's all said and done. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cheese. We need 3 cups of the cheese. Which that's actually, no, that's probably fine. So we're going to dump 2 and 3 cups of the cheese. pour in a little more, but I think we're fine there. Yep. Okay, 3 cups of the cheese. And then all of our condiments. So this is a teaspoon each of everything. Teaspoon of onion powder. Or this is garlic powder, actually. Onion powder. Salt. And pepper. And we're going to put the milk mixture in there as well. I'll grab a spatula just in case I need to scrape any of the milk mixture out. It was already starting to congeal on me a bit. That's probably behavior as intended. Okay. We'll mix all of that up. And we want to mix this until it's well combined. Okay, now we're going to take the... Now we're going to add in the shrimp. First I'm going to pour a little... I'm going to pour as much of the liquid off as I can of the shrimp. There we go. So now we'll bring in the shrimp. A couple more shrimp need to come out. There we go. I'll grab the cooking spray down since I will be greasing the 9x13 before I put it in the oven to broil. Then we'll mix that up. Okay. I'll get that out of the way, and then we need the 9x13 greased and in shot. The 9x13 has been greased, so now we're going to pour out the macaroni and cheese into the 9x13. Yep. Turning could be a good thing because it makes the angle a little bit easier for me. Of course, I don't like having this much movement on it, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Okay, I think we got most of the pasta, most of the macaroni, and the shrimp out. I'll spread that out just a little bit. Okay. The next thing we want to do is sprinkle with the remaining cheese. Spread that out a bit. And then we'll put that in the oven and we'll let that broil for 8 minutes. We'll let that broil until the cheese on top is brown and bubbling, which should take about 8 minutes. So I'll put that in. Whoa. And we'll let that broil. I'll set a kitchen timer on the microwave. We'll check it at about 8 minutes, but I'm going to keep an eye on the broiler because I don't want that broiling way too long. So we'll come back probably in about 10 minutes. As you can see, I ended up burning the cheese. My results with the broiler have always been a little bit mixed, let's just say. But hopefully that won't impact too much for the taste test. The only way to find out if that's going to be the case, though, is for me to plate some of this mac and cheese and meet you guys over at my desk for the taste test. Seeing as the mac and cheese here is supposed to be dinner for tonight and for a few days, I'm hoping for that it turns out for obvious reasons, but the only way to find out what I think is for me to take a taste of it and see what I think. I also wanted to give it a little bit of time to cool coming out of the oven because burning my mouth on it was not on my to-do list for tonight. So, let's make sure we get a little bit of the shrimp in here as well. We'll give it a taste and let's see what I think. It's actually pretty good. You don't really taste the shrimp at all in there, but depending on what kind of meat what kind of fillings you put in there, you'll get a different taste to it. So just be aware of that if you're in a craving for mac and cheese. This is a recipe you can use, and that's another episode of Mystical Munchies in the books. Next week, we're on to the dessert, caramel pecan bars. As for the games, tomorrow we have a Sunday morning tea time as we play APA Golf. Wednesday, we're back to the boxing ring once again as we play Glory Days Boxing from Glory Days Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.